I still got a lot more to prove. Now I'm coming out swinging for your throat in the ring. Standing there bleeding, yeah, you know what I bring. You know what I mean? Dark when the bell is rung, cause it's a little too late now to get me run. You're broken every part of me. I'm putting up, baby, down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher now. Don't fuck with me. Never gonna hold me down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher. The world can't stop me now. Calm before the storm. I was born for more, now you got me ready for war. Remember my name, everybody out of my way. Back up or get knocked out, this ain't a game. Cause I never stay down when they push me around. See the world stand up when they give me the crown. Now it's go time, do or die, dead or alive. You can try to kill me, but I will survive. I will survive. You're broken every part of me. I'm putting up, baby, down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher now. Don't fuck with me. Never gonna hold me down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher. The world can't stop me now. You can't stop me. Can't stop me. No, 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 you can't stop me. I'm bloodied and I'm beaten down. I keep rising higher, 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 higher. You've broken every part of me. I'm putting up, beating down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher now. Don't fuck with me. Never gonna hold me down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher. The world can't stop me now. Can't stop me, no, can't stop me.
What's up, all y'all trickly bastards, and welcome back to It's 1700 Somewhere. As always, I'm Athen.
I'm Cameron.
Harambe Keeper. Axel.
If you give me a second, I got a few more groups to share too. I hate how Facebook changed their crap. So now you got to go click on the group. Yes, I want to share to this one. Like, I'm gonna have to pick and choose groups now and.
So we got Comrade Elmo checking in from YouTube over there. What's up? And Lisa Vanover saying she loves this group of hosts. Thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing is so damn annoying.
So, yes, the shares are, they nerfed the shares. Sadly.
Yeah. Which it just makes it so much more difficult. We already know Facebook hates us in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
They purposefully block our numbers. They block comments. We found that one out. So, we can't, there's not really much we can do yet until, say, Parler comes back, if it's coming back.
Parler should be back this week. That's what I'm hearing. Like, I've heard Monday, best case scenario Monday, worst case scenario sometime this week, because there was a big dust up about the CEO getting being forced to walk the plank. So yeah. So I'm hearing about them. I'm checking out. I'm going to check out MeWe eventually and Rumble, and we're going to do some social media diversification. So
yeah. It was so nice when you could just go through and click, yep, I want to share here, 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 I want to share here. And that was it. It was so quick. I'd be done by now. But
yeah.
I'm gonna have to leave some groups, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just can't. It takes too damn long. We've got a 3.5-minute song, and I'm still going through shit.
Yeah.
All right, this is gonna be the last one because I got to get going.
Yeah, we're losing viewers because
yeah, bite me. No, if we don't see your comments, if we don't respond to your comments, try and find us on Twitch, YouTube, find us on one of the other platforms, and we'll be able to accurately keep up with you there because Facebook just hates what we do, especially the Second Amendment rants. They despise the fact that we talk about the Second Amendment. Good Lord.
Well, it doesn't help that we're actually functionally illiterate and ideologically right of Vladimir Lenin, but yeah.
And we're teaching people about the laws, Marbury v. Madison, which talks about the repugnant laws which are null and void of the Constitution. So
all of them.
HR 127 is basically going to get thrown out immediately. Even if they pass that bill, nobody's going to listen to it that knows that case. So, but that's for that show.
That's horrifying, dude.
This is at 1700 somewhere. Carl's computer crashed.
Carl, no. Anyway, so yeah.
Well, Carl's back on Whoa, which was nice to see.
Yeah.
So normally on this show, we like to make fun of Florida Man a lot.
Well, look at the material he provides us with, man.
We also actually usually have our own resident Florida man. He's not with us today, though, for some reason.
Today we have Texas as well.
Yeah.
You mean nothing from Alabama? Nothing?
No, we have Texas, California, and Florida that are hitting hard today.
Oh, boy.
Texas, California, and Florida. I love making fun of California, though. I mean, I will go out of my way to make fun of California.
Florida is like the E4 Mafia. If you don't hear anything out of them, you should be plotting them something.
Oh, yeah. Florida's terrible. But, yeah, we've got a lot to make fun of today, and I can't wait. And I posted last night that y'all are in for a treat today. And one of them's a rapper we're going to make fun of. I'm sure you've seen a little bit about that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. But this Houston man, which is my neck of the woods down here, a Houston, Texas man stole an ambulance, and we have covered ambulance theft before. The last one stole an ambulance and went home. Okay, I can understand that one. This dude stole an ambulance and went to Jack in the Box. Yes, sir. Ronaldo Leonard.
When you absolutely, positively need your tacos.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Ronaldo Leonard was busted at a Houston Jack in the Box. Car theft can really work up your appetite. At least that appears to be the case in a story out of Houston where police say a man stole an ambulance Thursday night and promptly headed to a local drive-thru to grab a bite. Paramedics were on call when a male jumped in and drove off. Houston police noted in a tweet, cops say the suspect ID'd as 36-year-old Ronaldo Leonard headed about 4 miles to a nearby Jack in the Box, got on the drive-thru line with the vehicle's emergency lights still on. Cops got there almost immediately and saw the lights of the $150,000 plus vehicle and arrested Leonard on charges of felony theft. Due to Leonard's previous convictions of robbery and drug possession, prosecutors are pushing for no bail. No word on why the suspect actually wanted the ambulance has come to light yet.
So
I've got to go out on a limb and say he stole that shit because he was like, man, he was probably high or drunk or something like that, and was like, I need some freaking Jack in the Box tacos, and was like, how am I going to get there? And he sees conveniently an ambulance sitting there with the door open.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that one because of his previous conviction was drug possession. So odds of him being higher.
99.5%. Yeah.
Drugs are bad, okay? Drugs are bad. So don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
Because you'll wind up like Ronaldo stealing an ambulance to get Jack in the Box tacos 4 miles away.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Florida man is like, are you challenging me right now?
Yeah, Florida man's got some competition every now and again.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know how Florida man's gonna top this one because this was the whole state's fuck up. No, this was not a Texas man. This was the Texas state fuck up.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Texas accidentally issues an Amber Alert for the cursed doll Chucky.
Really?
I'm not shitting you.
That's funny.
Okay.
This comes to us from February 1st of this year. February 1st, the Texas Department of Public Safety said an Amber Alert was issued for the cursed doll Chucky from the Child's Play horror films was a test that was accidentally sent out. The Amber Alert message that was sent out to subscribers of the Texas Alert systems 3 times that Friday describes the suspect, Chucky, as wearing blue denim overalls with multicolored striped long sleeve shirt and says he was last seen wielding a huge kitchen knife.
So it was a test that they accidentally actually sent out.
Yes, sir. Chucky was suspected of abducting Glenn Ray, the cursed doll's son from the film Seed of Chucky. The alert included both photos of the movie characters. The Texas Department of Safety said the fake Amber was set up as a system test that was never meant to be seen by the public. This was actually a test we were running on the dev server, and it was accidentally sent out, DPS spokesman Ruben Medina told KPRC TV. Medina said DPS would like to apologize for this inconvenience.
Bravo. Bravo.
I don't know how Florida man's going to top that.
No, Florida man's going to top it. It's not an issue if Florida man's going to top it. It's just going to be how outlandish he's going to top it. He's going to top it.
I don't know because Florida man is usually an individual that fucks up. This was the whole state of Texas.
Okay. There's a Florida man story I heard a while back. This dude, I guess he worked at Wendy's, so he needed to take a bath, and God bless him. I mean, give him cool points for hygiene. Points, whatever, he just goes into Wendy's, goes into the back, the big sink that you wash dishes in. He literally fills it up with hot water, throws Dawn dish soap in it, and just starts scrubbing and a dubbing. And
I mean, we covered the Florida man that threw an alligator through a drive-through. So I mean, again, I can see an individual being able to be outlandish enough to come close, but you have to have a Florida man literally fuck his whole state up.
It'll happen.
All right, we'll see. Now that we got a couple wacky animals. I had to spread them out through the day to make fun of them. But this one's in Texas. We got another one from Florida, and I think we got another one somewhere else. But migratory birds are getting drunk off of fermented berries in Texas. Hey, yeah, there's a video.
Sweet.
Oop, wrong button. Share screen. Nope, that one.
High above in the North Texas treetops, he's a bird. Rather, are a lot of birds that are creating a buzz.
I was just in here in my room looking out the window, and I saw these birds swarming.
Julie Perhacs knew right away the cedar waxwings were back.
It looked like Alfred Hitchcock was close by. There were so many birds.
Cedar waxwings are known for their social nature, enormous flocks, and gorgeous features.
I mean, they're beautiful birds. They're a very beautiful bird, yes.
But they're also known for something else.
Is it true? Do these birds get drunk on berries?
Rachel Richter is an urban wildlife biologist with the Texas Department of Parks and Wildlife.
Because they eat predominantly berries, sometimes they eat berries that have fermented and are a little bit past their prime. And sometimes they tend to overindulge a little bit, which can get them intoxicated.
Which brings us back to the buzz. You see, the birds can get disoriented from imbibing the fermented fruit, causing them to act uncoordinated or even crash into windows. People have been waxing about the waxwings' behavior on social media, but Richter says this happens every year.
Maybe this year people are staying home more, so they're able to see them more.
Herhack says the birds are known for one other thing, too.
Do not ever walk under them.
Because you will get pooped on.
Yes, unless you have an umbrella.
A waxwing word to the wise. In Fort Worth, I'm Lauren Zakalik.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but I get the beer shits pretty fierce, and getting warned not to wander underneath those birds, it's a good idea. So yeah, this bird has decided it was gonna get blitzed and shit. I'm gonna make
in Texas.
Yep. Now, I don't know about y'all. This is a California story. I don't know about y'all. I like me some chicken and waffles every now and again, but I don't know how far I'm going to escalate it. This one was denied service because he wasn't wearing a face mask. And during this dispute, he decided to steal said chicken and waffles. Exactly. A refused service because he wasn't wearing a mask. A man returned to Roscoe's house of chicken and waffles in California, armed with a gun, demanded all the chicken and waffles he could carry, and swiped some syrup before making off with his meal. That's according to the police and employees of the restaurant in Pasadena, where security cameras caught the robbery unfolding at 5:40 p.m. Wednesday. Employees say they were initially confused when the armed man burst through a back entrance, since the restaurant's cash registers are located at the front. But he comes straight towards me with the gun pointed at me and says, "Put all the chicken in the bag." Cook Robert Gonzalez tells KABC. "I almost got shot over stupidity, I guess." All employees filed out of an exit while the suspect grabbed some takeout orders per CBS Los Angeles. "I understood our chicken is good, but I mean, that's some expensive chicken he's got there," Gonzalez tells KABC. He didn't take any cash. He took no cash, adds manager Angela Preto. But before he walked out the door, he took some syrup for his chicken. KABC notes security cameras captured the man's face due to the lack of mask, but the suspect who'd left the restaurant at the time by the police arrived has yet to be found.
This dude just like, "So I want some freaking chicken and waffles," and he refused to wear a mask. So he just like, "Fuck you. Give me the chicken and waffles. And now since I'm going to jail for it, you may as well just give me all of them. That way I can get my fill before I go." He probably sitting out in the parking lot just munching on it.
Dude, this is like Popeyes when they were standing and banging because they ran out of chicken. I mean, like the customers were literally standing and doing the stand and bang with the cashiers and the employees because they ran out of chicken sandwiches. Except waffles. And, there you go.
What is that song by bartender? Sitting at a bar on the outside, waiting for my ride on the outside. I was trying to work that in. It's like,
when I got home, it was 6 a.m.
I was just talking about the chicken.
I kicked it in.
So I stole that piece of chicken and slipped away.
Yeah. Yeah. And he had a gun to do it. So I don't know.
Wow.
Now, speaking of drunkenness, this drunk woman challenged Florida man. She said, "No balls to the freaking wall." Canada. Yes, Mickey, Canada. A drunk Canadian woman is suffering third-degree frostbite after having sex with a fire hydrant in negative 35 degrees Celsius weather.
What?
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit. Canada woman just threw down.
She had to have been
slapped the hell out of Florida man with it. The Florida man might not be. Wow.
Was she out there drinking or eating them berries with those birds?
Oh,
I told you. I told everybody last night. Today was going to be weird.
I got a female friend in Canada. I'm going to hit her up. I'm going to pick her on. Right? Was that you? Yeah.
So are Canadian fire hydrants, are they similar to what we have here in America? Or
yeah, I got
a visual of a fire hydrant. I no longer want in my head, dude.
Trying to get a visualization of this
I'm getting
scenario.
one. I don't want it, dude. Damn.
There's your visualization right there.
So now we talking like, was she doing a doggy style? Was she, cowgirl style? Like,
we gonna read into that.
We don't.
Yes, man.
Stop right there, dude. I don't need.
No, Mickey, it's one of our articles, man. We got to read into it. Come on,
okay,
now.
Fine. Okay.
You know how the show goes. The weirder it is, the better. Come on now.
Oh, that's true. Wow.
A woman desperate for sex after a series of failed Tinder encounters made an extremely poor choice of partner last night in Edmonton. She engaged in sex with a freezing cold fire hydrant that remained stuck to her genitals by the cold, causing severe frostbite. So yes, it's that old Christmas movie where he licks the pole and he gets stuck, but instead of his tongue, it's something else.
Labia minor.
Wait. Okay, she didn't use lube. B, if she did use lube, apparently we found the freezing point of said lube if she used it. Ooh, wow, that's nasty.
It was probably water-based.
Oh, okay, there you go. Ladies, handy tip. If you're going to use lube in negative 35 degree weather on a fire hydrant, oil-based. There you go.
29-year-old Amanda Martins called 911 herself at 4:30 in the morning to report that she had gotten stuck to a fire hydrant and was in need of emergency medical assistance. The 911 operator was unable to understand the exact nature of the problem, but the sense of emergency in Miss Martin's voice led her to send both city workers and policemen and paramedics to the site. A pair of city employees, who usually assigned to the road maintenance, arrived on the site first and was shocked by the scene that was awaiting them. Jason Cunningham, who was the first to come to Miss Martin's rescue, described what he saw this morning in an interview with CBC. At first, we thought she was just leaning against the fire hydrant, but as I came closer, I realized her pants were around her ankles, and I understood what was going on. Ms. Cunningham says his colleagues and him did what they could to help the panicking woman and were finally able to free her from her uncomfortable position a few minutes after they arrived. She was screaming like hell and insulting us for trying to help, but seriously, we're not trained at all to help a 400-pound woman who got frozen fire hydrants stuck in their body cavities. It's a miracle we could help her at all. Paramedics arrived on the site less than 2 minutes after the workers freed her and took her over to care for the freezing woman. Ms. Martins was transported in critical condition to the community hospital, where doctors were fortunately able to stabilize her. She regained consciousness a few hours later, but still suffers from both second and third degree frostbite and is in a state of shock. Canadian health authorities have released a brief communique this morning to remind the population to avoid touching directly any metal objects at temperatures below 0 degrees Celsius, and especially having sex with them.
So April, no, what possessed her was she was desperate. It literally said after she was so desperate for sex after several failed attempts on Tinder, she was just like, fuck it, I'm fucking this freaking fire hydrant.
Is there not?
She pulled her pants down around her ankles and sat on that thing and started hopping around until it wasn't sliding no more.
Okay. First of all, did they use an acetylene torch to warm it up enough to pop her loose? I mean,
it doesn't say.
That's okay. If it's cold, they gotta warm that bad boy up, and if it's 35 degrees, 35 below, they needed some kind of a big industrial like.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. They're like, we're not trained to help a 600 or 300-pound woman.
400-pound woman off of a fire hydrant, frozen to her coochie.
Okay. Now, was there not an adult toy store within 100 miles where she could go just?
It was at 4:30 in the morning, so the odds of anything being open are nil. So she was desperate in the middle of the night.
She was probably on her way back from one of those Tinder dates, and yet another dude was like, "Yeah, I'd rather not."
Did she walk up to the ambulance, or did she walk up to the fire hydrant and say, like, "Baby, how you doing?" or what? I mean, damn.
So April says, there are better and safer objects out there. Just saying.
When the fire hydrant itself says, "No, don't touch me there," rape, you might have a problem.
Yeah, might? What do you mean, might? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't even want to imagine what Florida man's gonna do. Wow. Okay, wow.
She had to be in a state of desperation, like such a horrible state of horny desperation, in order for that to even just become something that is like, that's a good idea.
Speaking of cum, I wonder if she was able to finish.
I doubt it.
No. It's what? Oh, I don't even want. Oh, wow. I'm eating too. That's horrible.
Maybe that's how they got her off.
Damn. Oh, bravo,
Evan. Bravo. I warned everybody. It was gonna be a shit show,
dude. Canada woman's like, Florida man, you ain't topping. No, you ain't topping this. Yeah.
I remember a couple shows back we talked about the Florida woman that tried to barbecue a baby and failed miserably.
Yeah.
But I think getting your cooter frozen to a fire hydrant in negative 35-degree weather wins.
Wasn't the Christmas tree lady a Florida woman?
Yeah, I don't remember that one. I think she was.
It was a baby doll.
There was a literal baby this woman put in a microwave and then tried to eat because she was high on meth.
Yeah, she put barbecue sauce on the baby and tried to take a bite out of it and all kinds of stuff. Right. That one was kind of crazy. But no, the chick who tried to steal a Christmas tree and got 2 foot of it.
Oh, the one who got 2 feet of it up her cooter. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Ladies, why are y'all so abusive to your shit?
And y'all say, man, fuck anything.
Okay.
I gotta agree with Betty White on this. Betty White talks about why do everybody say balls are the tough one. If have you ever hit balls? They're soft, they're sensitive. You tap them once and the man's down. Tell people to start being a pussy. Those things can take a pounding. No,
obviously, we covered it.
From trees to fire hydrants. Yeah. Wow.
Why are y'all so abusive? God.
I'm going to share this on Facebook.
I mean, now the fire hydrant can say, make me a sandwich because she couldn't walk straight afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Speaking of snow and cold, Plains Township police say a murder-suicide happened Monday morning, arguing over snow. That's right. Bloodshed among a sea of white in Pennsylvania, where 3 people ended up dead after a Monday morning dispute about shoveling snow. Plains Township police say they responded to a call on West Berg Street and found the bodies of James and Lisa Goy outside. CNN cites a press release from the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office that says James and his 48-year-old wife had been shoveling snow from their parking spots onto the property of Jeffrey Spade. Spade allegedly asked him to stop doing so when an argument ensued. Per the release, Spade collected a handgun from his house and then shot the couple at close range. He allegedly went back inside, fetched an AR pistol and shot them, or AR rifle, and shot them again, executing the wounded couple. Police say that after arriving on scene, they heard a single gunshot emanate from Spade's home and believe it was the shot that killed him. We can confirm that a pistol was used and a long gun, but we have not yet been able to confirm what type of long gun was used, says Luzerne County First Assistant District Attorney Sam. Yeah. They're across the street from each other, and when they would remove snow, they would throw it across the street at the other person's property. The citizen's voice quotes him as saying, the Goys leave behind a 15-year-old son with autism whose grandparents will not have custody. One, I don't agree with this because they're saying, oh, it was an AR rifle, but we can't confirm it was any kind of rifle. We just know it was a long gun. So we're trying to make ARs look bad and scary again. But how pissed off do you have to be at your neighbors to be like, stop shoveling snow into my yard? No, we're gonna keep shoveling snow into your yard. All right, bam.
You know, like I mean, it depends because there's a lot of people who are just easily enraged, and if someone's sitting there, you know, especially in a place where you get a lot of snow, like you're shoveling your freaking driveway, and some dude just comes over like dumping all their snow. I could see someone, but like just crack and freaking that vein in their forehead pop out, and I can totally see it.
And that's the problem with this lockdown. People's like restraint is getting tested. Their impulse control is getting tested. And obviously, we're getting some. The longer it goes on, the worse it's going to get. But yeah. Most of these reporters would call a tank an AR. They'd call a Volvo an AR. So yeah, I'm really not impressed with that. So
yeah. It is not an AR until you confirm it. And he's dead. I mean, you can walk into his home and go, okay, that's a bolt action rifle. It's not an AR. And if you haven't seen the California compliant AR grips they have, they look ridiculous. We will be talking about that tomorrow, Mickey.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. We talked about it with the bill HR 127 last week, how they couldn't have a pistol grip. We're gonna show what that looks like. Oh, it's fugly.
Yeah.
Now I can understand trying to impress people with your money. This rapper is retarded. You basically put a marker on your head for people to just rob you. Plus, if they didn't grind down the backside, one good tap right here and your skull is screwed. Because this rapper decided to get a $24 million pink diamond embedded into his forehead.
Damn.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
So you got basically a dermal piercing.
Why?
Oh, a little Uzi Vert?
Yeah, a little.
I don't care. He's a retard. I don't listen to any of his music. This idiot has a thing for bling, so much so that this rapper had gotten a huge pink diamond implanted into his forehead. The natural rock costs $24 million and comes from his favorite jewelry designer, Little Uzi Vert, whose real name is Samir Beisel Woods, unveiled his latest face piercing earlier this week and has taken the internet by storm. Beauty is paying, the 26-year-old caption in an Instagram video, which shows him with a huge pink diamond embedded in his forehead.
Like, what? So, I'm just, how does this dude have so much money already? Because he's only been rapping for like 2-3 years. Like, to be able to spend $24 million on a diamond.
Well, look at how society he raps retarded and mumble raps a lot. I can't stand mumble rap, so a lot of people are listening to him, and he's terrible.
Little Uzi Vert's more of a speed rapper, though.
Yeah,
he's a double time rapper.
I haven't heard about him too much, but I think he just went into a huge amount of debt to do this.
Oh yeah,
and I still want to give him one good tap because this is the hardest part of your body, right here. If you're getting hit in the face and ground and pounded, you cover here because this is pretty damn tough. Now you've put a marker like, hey, this is my weak spot. One good smack, especially if that shit wasn't ground down on the back, and that thing is going into your skull.
Yep. Well, it's going to hurt either way because it's so damn hard. Even if it is ground down, it's still going to leave like, if he gets hit hard enough, he could get his skull literally cracked. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I'm just waiting for the day somebody's fed up with his shit and him trying to flex and everything and be like, bam, bam.
Oh, yeah.
Now he tries to rap. It sounds like
this is what happens when you have a society that has absolutely no impulse control whatsoever. You know, I'm an old guy. There's a reason we got away with stuff. We didn't brag. We got away with it, and we didn't blast it all over the place, you know? And
because we didn't have everything on social media.
Every damn thing.
Cops watch your social media, dude. We've covered several stories where these robbers like broke into a place, stole the shit, went home, and posted all over Instagram and Facebook their haul. And the cops came and were like, "Hey, you gave us the evidence we need, literally, to convict you right here. We know you did it. You bragged about it."
Like a year ago,
Rittenhouse case, the dude that has his bicep blown off, that's still not in prison somehow, convicted felon. Had a gun, and his buddy he admitted to his buddy he regrets not just going up and assassinating that kid. We have evidence he was going to kill him, but no, Kyle's the bad guy.
But and then, like about a year ago, a little more than a year ago, I hear where I live, there were two people, two completely different cases, but two people who got arrested because of social media. There was one, he went and broke into a National Guard armory that's out here, and he broke into the actual freaking magazine, got in, stole a whole bunch of blasting caps, was playing with some of the rifles and stuff in there, and he actually also had an AK-47 with him. And when the guards showed up to, see who set off the alarm in the magazine, they like held him at gunpoint with the AKs and all that stuff, and then posted pictures of it all on Instagram. And they got caught on that. And another person, he robbed a house of a bunch of stuff. He got some 3D printers and a whole bunch of different things like that, and cameras. And then he posted them for sale on Facebook Marketplace, like the next day. And he got caught.
That's another thing. When I was a kid, my uncle taught me how to play chess, and he made me play it all damn summer. And it taught me the value of thinking several moves ahead. I almost want to thank God some of these idiots aren't being taught that, because on the one hand, it would benefit them to think several moves ahead so they don't do stupid things like this. But if they're criminals, they'd be simply more proficient criminals. So thank God for dumbasses. But anyway.
Yep. Julie, be happy you joined us late. We talked about a fire hydrant going into a woman.
Yeah. A woman violated a fire hydrant at -35 degrees and got frost on her vagina.
She was lonely.
She was very lonely. You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
No, you don't have to be lonely at fire hydrants only.
Firehydrantsonly.com. Firehydrantsonly.com in Canada.
Yeah. Now, a woman in a pink bikini led Southern California cops on a slow speed pursuit. Let's see if this is actually the video. Of course, there's an ad. Let me get through the ad, figure out if it's how do you lead the police on a slow speed chase? That's my question.
Hey, OJ did it first, so
that's pretty easy. I mean, if you're going at low speeds, they're not gonna put a lot of effort into actually stopping you, and they kind of just let you go until they can get to a point where they can arrest you because you're not a danger. So they're more likely to put effort into ending a high speed chase than they are a low speed chase.
Yeah.
Hey, Julie, she couldn't squirt because she was frozen solid at -35 degrees. There's no squirting going on.
I shared a link to the article on my personal Facebook there, Julie.
But video captured an unarmed woman wearing a bright pink bikini and a flannel shirt and led cops on a split. Oh, there's the video. There is the video. Okay.
Wearing a bikini and a flannel shirt, huh?
What the hell's going on?
Inception, yo. You're not sharing the video.
Nice.
You shared the wrong tab. There we go. Oh yeah, that's pretty messed up, man.
Very messed up. That's like Alabama messed up.
She's like, I thought this was Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah. When officers came to the scene, she drove off in her pickup truck. Shut up. ending in Redondo Beach after 15 minutes. The woman was charged with driving on the influence and evading police officers. Authorities didn't return Fox News phone calls about the investigation before press time. Drugs are bad.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. There we go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No, there's really not much else to say about that. I mean,
Drugs are bad. There you go.
that turned out about exactly as I figured it would.
Yeah, there's not.
That was
really
actually
much.
kind of underwhelming, you know.
Now get this, so you know the famous Hollywood sign and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody took a giant B up there and wrote "Holly Boob," which is funny.
Yeah,
but several people, if I want to say it was 6 people, yeah. Hollywood sign temporarily reads Holly Boob, and 6 people were arrested because of it.
Yep, they're big about messing with the Hollywood sign. Like
Hollywood is full of a bunch of baby shit soft motherfuckers.
Because I think it's like they set it as like a landmark or something like that. So it's like actually, I think it might be like federally punishable to mess with or to face the Hollywood sign, even to go up there and just like climb up on it. You can't do.
Yeah, I know they've got big fencing, but every time they have a forest fire, it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And they have one like every year. So,
yeah.
Police in Los Angeles said 6 people were arrested after altering the Hollywood sign to read Holly Boob. And what alleged perpetrators said it was a breast cancer awareness message. The Los Angeles Police Department said the 5 men and 1 woman climbed the hill surrounding the sign, threw a giant tarp bearing the letter B over the W, and added a dash to the final D to make it look like a second word. A few hours ago, a group attempted to vandalize the Hollywood sign. Los Angeles landmarks are precious to those of us at LAPD Hollywood, and this is way uncool. Not to mention the terrain is quite steep and dangerous. Hollywood patrol officers have arrested 6 individuals. Lori said the 6 people who claimed the stunt was intended to raise breast cancer awareness were released after being charged with misdemeanor trespassing. Oh, so soft.
So just misdemeanor trespassing, though, so it's not going to be too bad of a charge. But
so Hollywood is, I mean, they've got enough problems as it is, but I mean, arresting somebody for doing something for awareness and for a joke, I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah, they Hollywood is, when we get back into when a certain group of people gets back into the office that's not a bunch of pussies, can we just put the fence around Mexico and up through California and push them off?
No, let's wall it off and turn it into like Escape from New York or Escape from LA. Just turn that whole state into a prison, wall it off, and let nature take its course.
Yeah,
not the whole state.
Okay,
the whole state.
Okay, cut it off right
at
at Sacramento.
You could even go north of Sacramento a little bit.
Okay.
A New Zealand cactus smuggler strapped the plants to her body.
This just has bad idea written all over it.
Yes, you heard me correct. New Zealand
shove it up in her
cactus. Yeah, okay, thank God she didn't shove it in an orifice. Lord have mercy. She strapped cacti to her body.
It's called sadomasochism.
Why?
It's called sadomasochism.
I think this one's our Darwin Award for the day. I think this one's pretty damn close. February 4th, biosecurity officials in New Zealand said they caught a woman attempting to smuggle over 1,000 succulents and endangered cacti into the country and was sentenced to 100 hours of community service. The Ministry for the Primary Industries said Wen King Lee, 38 years old of Auckland, was accused of attempting to smuggle cacti and succulents into New Zealand from China on 2 separate occasions. The ministry said Lee returned to Auckland International Airport from a China trip in March 2019 with 947 plants concealed in stockings and strapped to her body. She fled to a bathroom when she attracted the attention of a police dog and attempted to dispose of the items, which included 8 endangered and threatened species and was worth an estimated $7,200. Authorities recovered a large amount of plant materials from the bathroom. The ministry said Lee again returned from China in 2019 with 142 seeds hidden inside iPad covers, as well as more than 200 garden ornaments and plant pots, which were in turn carrying at least 1 snail and pieces of tree fern stem. Officials said Lee, who deals in cacti and other plants on the website Trade Me, put New Zealand's biosecurity at risk by bringing non-native and potentially invasive plants into the country.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I know succulents are usually a smooth plant. They're not really spiky, but they call succulents and cacti, which means the odds of there being something prickly shoved into one of your leggings is really high. So it may not be in your body, but it could be around a certain area.
Succulents can get somewhat spiny. I think aloe vera might actually be a type of succulent. But another thing about succulents is they're really hard to like kill typically. So
very. That's why they're a lonely woman's best friend.
And they're also a desert plant often too. I think desert and tropical.
Yeah, you basically mist them once a month and they're good.
So let's see.
I'm trying to come up with a Lord of the Rings joke because it's based in New Zealand, but I can't come up with anything.
I think I gotta tag my dad. I haven't seen him pop up.
So yeah, aloe vera is a type of succulent. So and aloe vera has spines and stuff like that on it. So some succulents can be spiny.
My dad actually sent me this next story.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, he is a huge fan of the show. He is very hopeful that we will get sponsorships one day. But he wanted to contribute, and he found a military story to contribute at that. And knowing what we do on the show, you can kind of see how this is going. Dad has sent me two articles thus far. One where they were using monkeys to harvest coconuts. This one, California Marine Base is missing 10 pounds of C4 explosives.
I heard about that today. Oh boy.
10 pounds of C4.
Somebody's playing fuck games.
Well, there was also C4 makes tannerite look like Play-Doh.
Mm-hmm.
C4 is angry Play-Doh.
C4 is very angry Play-Doh. One pound of C4 will level a house effectively. 10 pounds and you playing some fuck games. Maybe they didn't like how the presidency and their inauguration was handling the National Guard. Who knows? We're going to read into it and find out. Or try to anyways. Around 10 pounds of explosives have vanished from a Marine Corps base in Southern California, reported on Thursday.
I'm betting there's also a Marine UA as well.
Probably. The explosives identified as C4 were being stored at Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center 29 Palms in San Fernando County, east of L.A.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Out of respect for the investigation, CIS does not comment on or confirm any details relating to the ongoing investigation. And CIS spokesman Jeff Houston told Fox in an early email Friday. The C4 disappeared during a long training exercise 2 weeks earlier and may have been stolen. A reward is offered for its return. And that's the article. That's it.
Yeah, they're keeping it hush-hush. But there's also been a thing where you got a lot of people joining like the Army and the Marines from like Mexico, as far as for like the Mexican mafia and all that stuff, all the warfare that's going on down there. And they'll actually steal stuff from like the Marines and the Army and all that stuff, and then go back to Mexico with the, first of all, training, and then the equipment that they've stolen, and bring it to the mafia.
Julie, that's a bad thing. How? I fail to see how that's a problem.
Yeah, that's not a problem. 10 pounds of C4 is going to make a very, very, very well-known problem to somebody. I'm sure they'll find it eventually, but it's not going to be in the condition they want it to be in.
Nope. Oh, I'm sure it's already in Mexico.
Yeah.
Especially going from 29 Palms, because 29 Palms ain't that far from Mexico. So
close to Tijuana, if I understand correctly.
I
think it's actually pretty close to Tijuana.
It is. It's down in the San Diego area-ish.
Yeah.
So
I'll leave it to a Marine to take away our nice things.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Marines.
But there's a reason they're called Uncle Sam's Misguided Children. Now you know.
Although if you get in a fight, they're good to have around.
Oh, yes, they are.
Although if you get a little too drunk, I love how the Marines we love to drink. And every time I see somebody making fun of the branches, usually it's like Army or Marines, and they make the Navy out to be like this gay guy. But what they fail to perceive is that the sailors are actively more drunk than they are. Yes, the Marines may have been founded in a bar, but sailors like to drink a whole hell of a lot more.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And I almost got in a fight with a Marine when I was in Georgia. That would have been fun as hell. I was damn near in my prime, and I was drunker than shit, so I wasn't gonna feel a fucking thing.
See, the Marines may have been founded in a bar, but the Navy's fight song is the only one that references alcohol.
Yeah. Drink to the foam, baby.
To the foam. Through our last night ashore, we'll drink to the foam. Yep.
Yeah. Love you, Marines. I need to find some more veteran friends around Texas to hang out with, although that might cause problems.
Might.
If we end up on the next news station, I'll have to be talking about myself like, hey, this is what they reported. This is what actually fucking happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're out there. Should be pretty close. I don't know what part of Texas they're in, but you can go check out like Matt Carricker, Donut Operator. Matt Carricker is Demolition Ranch. He's out there near you. And then Donut Operator, you got Matt Best out there. You know, you can go try to hook up with him.
I might try Demo Ranch. I got some toys he doesn't have. I've seen a lot of his videos. He's got a lot of toys I don't have, but I've got to.
Oh, he's got lots and lots and lots of stuff.
I've got one shotgun that he probably does not have, and I am itching to shoot this thing.
I don't know. He's got lots of shotguns too.
Has he done one with a shotgun this big?
Yeah.
He's got the one with Class 3 shotgun. Damn it.
Yep.
Just give me an auto shotgun. That's all I want. As long as I can get an auto shotgun with a.
I mean, I got a semi-auto shotgun.
He's got the double barrel shotgun. He's got the double barrel.
Can you get an over-under with a drum mag?
No, not unless you have it built.
But he's got the side-by-side shotgun where it fires 2 shells. So
I've seen that one. That one's cool as hell.
And he did one where he smashed 2 of those together.
Yeah, I'll see if he's a decent guy to hang. I'll try and see if he's a decent guy to hang out. It's probably he's famous, so I'm sure he's got a lot of people trying to hang out with him.
True.
So unless somebody actually knows him personally here,
we could get into. We need to bump our viewership up a bit. Our followers, we need to get over 1 million, and we can join Bunker Branding, become part of the crew.
Yeah, just everybody start tagging Demo Ranch. Screw it.
There you go.
Hey, he's close to y'all. Y'all should do a show together.
Right?
But on that note, it's actually time for our OSHA violations for the week.
So I've got 2 inside the brand over there.
Really?
Yep.
I've got 6.
Okay.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of OSHA violations.
I've really got to get you guys to send me the.
I have. I've got the best damn voice here.
I've got you, but Mickey said he was going to send me one, and Redneck said he was going to send me one with him playing harmonica.
Ooh, fancy.
All right, I'll get to working on it.
So I can get that little clip finished and all that.
I had them on the wrong screen, so I got to shift them all over so I can actually do my share screen. Give me a second. And share screen. Oop, not video file. Share screen, no audio.
Did he see it that time?
I saw it. Oh, I saw it.
Now, when you use a ladder, you typically want to put it on something stable, especially a lean-to.
Oh, it's leaning.
Not on the power lines themselves.
It's leaning. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
it's definitely leaning. I'll give you that much. Now that cable's got 200 pounds of pressure pushing on it one way. Mm-hmm. He's gonna find if there's a bird managed to scrape off some of that protective rubber they have on there.
I'm thinking that's probably going to be more of a data type line that he's got the ladder leaning on. Not that that changes anything.
Better hope so.
It's still stupid, but usually you'll have the data lines be lower on the pole.
But looking at it, his arm is up on that upper area.
Mm-hmm.
So bad idea. Now we always have to have a good ladder to make fun of.
I mean,
this is the dumbest OSHA violation I have ever seen.
It's not gonna be comfortable when he falls off that, but I mean, it's gonna be like, I probably shouldn't have been using it like that.
They literally tell you don't get on the top rung. And when we say go find a bigger ladder, it is not hard to find a ladder bigger than that.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
How? Why would you risk a huge fine? Yeah, I don't even think I'm sorry. I don't think an OSHA safety man is going to hit you for this. I think he's going to come up and laugh at you.
Mm-hmm.
That is the dumbest violation. I could have, when I found this, I was like, is this for real? No way. Nope, he is that stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got that one also. That's one of the ones I have uploaded.
What the hell?
I can get a better picture of it up. Hold up.
Yeah, go ahead and get the better
phone. There you go. Okay, sure. Yeah.
So, yeah. Got a scissor lift on a forklift.
Which they do have areas for you to put your forks into, but they are meant to be moved from low areas to high areas to low areas, get them over muddy ground to a flat area.
I'm assuming not fully extended.
Not fully.
Or with people on it.
No, not at all.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. However, if you close that down, you'll see our next bad idea.
Okay, let me get rid of that guy.
Yep.
Because that's going to help. I mean, it is kind of braced off against that almost. No, it's not even looking like it's kind of leaning up.
He's tied off. I'll give him that. But if he falls, he's either going down into that little hole right here, which there's not really a lot of room. The only other direction he can fall is backwards, and being tied off that ladder is going with him.
Unless it doesn't look like
it's tied off, but that rope looks a little worn out to me.
Yeah, it looks like some old marlin.
Yeah, it's not in the best condition. I know y'all can't really tell on the screen, but right here where my mouse is, there's a little bit of fraying going on in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So, plus they're tied off on angle iron, which is already rough as is. He's accurate, but the next problem I noticed is his harness is super loose. And let me explain why that's a problem. When you put on a harness, you're supposed to be only able to get 2 fingers in there. It's supposed to be a little uncomfortable, but there's a reason for that. If you have your harness on too loose and you go down in it, it will cinch up. And there have been cases where it has gone up too fast, split the boys, and made those boys pop out of the
sack. I mean, honestly, with me looking at it, I'm thinking this is just one of those scenarios where he's got to go up there and do work, and he's supposed to be tied off, but there wasn't really any other place to actually be able to tie off, and they just wanted it to look like he was tied off. So just throw a harness on with a lead out, because in most cases, OSHA's gonna come through and not really look hard. They're just gonna be like, okay, he's got a line. And
right here. This is where you tie off. Right here. You get yourself a little runner, which closes on the beam, and you tie off right there. You can also tie off on this angle iron right here. It looks like there's a hole right there. He might be able to get a carabiner through. I'm not sure. The light's kind of playing tricks on the photo. But there's plenty of actual areas to tie off onto. He just said, I woke up and choose stupidity. My mama said I could be anything when I grow up. And I wanted to be a professional retard. This dude is getting fired. This is not so much it's not going to let me zoom in very well. This dude's getting fired. There was a cone. There was 2 cones right here marking out this pipe. And he cut a perfect hole into that tire.
Wow.
So now
that's impressive.
Yeah, that tire is done because patching that up is impossible at this point in time.
No,
you're not patching that up.
Because they typically, when you get a tire that size and they get damaged and stuff, they'll grind out the bad areas. They'll put a patch on it and refill it with rubber. But that's meant for itty bitty little assholes. Like at most, maybe a wrench went through. This had a whole pipe go through it.
Yeah.
You can't. So now they have to buy a brand new monster tire, which is going to cost them about $30,000.
Oh
yeah. That dude's getting fired.
So, is that like a?
This is a climbing platform to get up to the next area. Probably because if you look right here, it looks like it goes over. It looks like it's meant to be a crossover area at a working facility. Like if they've got piping on the ground that you can't accurately cross or safely cross over, they would put this down by the piping. They'd have another one next to it. You'd climb up, get onto this top area right here, and walk over to the next one and then climb down. They said we're going to change the light bulbs.
So
it's not supposed to be on anything on a forklift. You can, now let me be clear, you can get on a forklift with the appropriate equipment. There is a cage designed for you to get into. It has to be inspected and verified by a safety official. This is not that piece of equipment.
No.
There's nothing closing him off. He's not even wearing a harness. He's still having to reach and extend to get to the light bulb. And that looks like a lot of steel for this little forklift to deal with. And this dude's just, yep, it works. It don't work, Bubba.
No.
God, stupid people. All right, Athen, go ahead and put your last one up.
All right. We got one more here. This one's an exciting one. So if you don't know what that is,
that's he using a whole ass planer to sand wood?
He is using a whole ass planer.
Wow. Wow.
He like, it's got handles.
Well, I mean,
if you don't know what a planer is, you mount it to a certain area and you run the wood through it.
Yep.
It is a stationary piece of equipment.
Yep.
Not meant for you to pick up and tote along. There are blades there's a big blade that basically circles underneath. If he pulls that thing back and drops it, his leg is getting shaved, if not something else.
Oh, yeah, it'll shred. Because, it's basically a cylindrical blade. I think they usually have 3 different blades. It just spins, and it chucks wood out so you can effectively plane your wood down to a...
It's a very rough sander. Think of it that way.
It's like milling it out to a standard thickness. So
not wearing safety glasses, but I mean...
He's got a hard hat.
Oh, yeah, it does so much good. My mama said I could be anything when I grow up. Then I decided to be a professional retard. That's all I got. That dude's more retarded. Well, I needed to plane it flat and even. There's easier ways. There's safer ways. Jesus.
You could take an actual hand planer. You know, because you can get hand planers. I mean, they're much smaller. But
there's a jig planer, which you mount a hand planer on, and you run it back and forth over the wood. And it takes no time to set up.
I was just saying that he's obviously not too worried about like accuracy and all that stuff. If he's using a freaking fallen planer and holding it there, looks like he's just looking to get a rough cutout that that board wouldn't fit through. So a hand planer, even an electric hand planer, would probably take a little bit longer than that. You'd probably be able to get just as good of results, and it'd be safer.
No, he woke up and chose violence.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that one's giving me a headache.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's giving me a headache. Oh, God. Okay.
My grandma's second husband was a carpenter, and he would do carpentry work. He definitely do it stoned. Occasionally, he did it drunk, and it's like there are nights I walk down, and I would walk downstairs, and I'm wondering, is he going to be missing a? So yeah, I would never become a carpenter because it's just the thought of it.
Old school carpenters, they would drink constantly on the job.
Oh yeah,
old school carpenters, yeah. Like it was a sport to drink on the job.
Yeah, he's the reason I would never be a carpenter. That just scared the hell out of me.
So, look, I mean, yeah, especially considering a lot of things carpenters work with regularly. It's like, me being in the carpentry field, I'm like, how could people have done this like smash hammer drunk? Because holy crap.
Yeah.
April, I would love to have your husband's job. That sounds fun. I've been wanting to get into safety for a long time because of my back. Going through work comp is a nightmare, and I want to do everything I can. You might hate me, but you'll thank me in the long run because you're not spending 3 years fighting with work comp trying to get your back fixed. But y'all know what comes after OSHA violations, right? It's Florida man time.
Florida man.
Yeah, third. A 10-foot alligator had to be removed from a Florida neighborhood.
10-foot alligator, huh?
10-foot gator. Residents of South Florida neighborhood summoned a wildlife trapper to relocate a 10-foot gator took up residence in the nearby lake. You've got to remember, this is Florida. Everything is their lake. You just live there. These are dinosaurs. They had claim on that land long before you did. So you're not, he's not in your backyard. You're in his front yard.
Yep.
The neighbors of the Jacaranda Lakes community in Plantation said the 10-foot gator had been living in the lake for some time. The residents said the gator had not been involved in any serious incidences, but they were concerned about the potential for confrontations with the large reptile and contacted trappers. The trapper captured the gator alive, but it was unclear where it was taken. Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission suggests the residents with gators living nearby ensure potential food sources are kept away from the animal, which means your dogs, your cats, your children. Just saying there, Bubba.
Just keep everything away from the gators.
Anything that walks and is smaller than about 4 feet, you might want to keep safe.
Yeah, they're on the menu at that point.
Yeah.
In Florida, yeah.
And anything, if a gator's about 15 plus feet, anything under 6 foot, keep away. So you need to stay the hell away. I've seen some big lizards. I remember one time I was in Channel Lakes. They changed the name of this camp a few years back, but I'll always remember this Channel Lakes. I had this tandem kayak, right? So it was meant for 2 people, one in the front, one in the back. And we had a storage space about, I don't know, yay big, so maybe 2 feet in the back. I went camping with my family, and I had made some acquaintances while I was there. It was this brother, and his younger brother was like stick small, just a spit of a person, just itty bitty little dude. And they wanted to go out on the kayak, but it was my kayak. I don't want to leave it unattended. I don't know you that well, so I'm going to go. You know, who wants to go with me? I'm like, oh, we can make it work. We put the bigger brother in the front, or in the back. I was in the front to counterbalance the weight because I was as heavy as these two combined. Mm-hmm. We put the little brother in the storage space of a 2-person kayak. It's not meant to handle. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not meant to handle that weight regardless. It doesn't like me in the first place. We were sitting with maybe 2-3 inches of kayak out of the water. Just like we were ready to sink this son of a bitch. We get out there. We were out there a ways. We were going up and down these channels and shit, just looking around, having a blast. And we see this head. This head had to be about 3 feet long. This head was huge. Pop up about 50 feet away from us. And we see him. We're like,
oh, hell.
We need to be careful about that. Let's start trying to turn around because we could not turn quickly or we would flip. So we start slowly creeping around and that head dips down and we're like, oh, shit. So we said, screw flipping. We're paddling our asses off trying to turn around. We had a wake behind us. The ass end of the boat was in the water. The little brother's climbing on the big brother with his feet in the back of the storage trying to get the hell away from it. And we are hauling ass back to the beach area so we can get the hell out of the water. Like, hey, I'm good. I'm fine up front. And I turn around and he is just clawing the shit out of his brother. Like, get me the fuck out of here. What the hell? He was losing his mind. Needless to say, we did not try to do the 3-person and a 2-person kayak again.
Nope.
So I saw, I think it was in Kuala Lumpur, freaking just like out in the middle, like of town, like literally on a van driving in between like the highways and all that stuff. I saw like monitor, like Komodo dragon type freaking big ass lizards just wandering around out there. I was like, that's freaking awesome. Like in the middle of the town and all that stuff. So,
okay.
Go ahead.
I've got a story. I'm going to share it. It's from my father. My father told me this when I was a kid, and it's the reason the only good snake for me is a dead snake. It was during his time in Vietnam, and to this day he won't tell me where he actually was. So he started talking a lot after my first deployment, but he won't. Okay, he was a door gunner in a Huey. And he and his unit, the helicopter he was in, apparently saved a special forces unit, and they're all kind of crazy. So they gave, as a show of appreciation, they gave him their mascot. His name was George. He was 30 feet long. His head was like this big. His body was the size of my freaking leg. Okay. So, and this is back in the day when they had Quonset huts. So the George is up in the rafters in the Quonset hut, and a new guy comes in, and he goes all the way to the back where there's a rack, but the mattress is all rolled up and it's off to the side, you know. And he starts unwrapping the mattress. The noob does, and starts unwrapping the mattress. Starts making his bed. My dad's like, "Dude, you can't have that bunk. You can't have that bunk, dude." And he's like, "Why?" He's like, "Because that's George's bunk." He's like, "Who's George?" He's like, "That's our mascot." And he's like, "Whatever." He thought it was a joke. And my dad's like, "You're gonna get introduced. I'm telling you, don't do it. You're gonna get introduced to George tonight." And he's like, "Shut up, just shut up." So he makes his bunk, stages everything, you know, and goes about his day getting in process and everything. And well, and that night, and my dad's like, "Dude, you're gonna get introduced to George if you don't get the hell out of that bed. That's George's bed." And he's like, whatever. So he's sleeping, and now remember, George's head is about this big, okay? So George starts at the end of the bed by his feet, wraps around, and then plants his head right here, except it's like right here. And they're all my dad and his buddies get out of the bed and they're like, oh, this is gonna be ugly as hell. This is gonna be so. Here's George's head sitting on this guy's chest with his tongue flicking the guy's nose, and the guy lifts his head up, sees that like right there, and he's like, whoa! My dad's like, don't fucking move.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
And he freaked out. And then George started squeezing. So Dad grabs the lead pipe, just waylays the hell out of George. They pull George off enough to yank the noob out, and then they all go hauling ass out. And George, all 300 pounds of George is very, very, very pissed off.
Mm-hmm. He just got hit in the head with a pipe. I'm sure he's a little happy.
He's a little pissed off. So. And the noob goes, what the hell was that? What the hell? He's freaking out. My dad's like, that was George. We told you not to take the bite. That was George. And well, they actually had they normally feed him one live chicken a day. Just toss it in. George got like 3 or 4 live chickens that day. My dad being my dad, and I know where I get my reckless buck wild tendencies from. My dad tried to smuggle George back into the States, and as God is my witness, one day my dad's going to come to me, and I'm waiting for him to like, son, you do know you got like a half Vietnamese brother and sister. I'm like, dude, what? Because my mother, like if you had to divide it up by percentages, like where I got my reckless buck wild tendencies, my dad, I got about 99.125% of my buck wild reckless tendencies, and I got the rest of it from my mom. But yeah. That's the reason I don't like snakes. So there you go.
We got 6 more articles, so we're gonna try and minimize story time for a little bit. Now, what is Florida the capital of the world for?
Meth.
Yes, sir. Orlando Airport passenger busted trying to board a plane with 22 pounds of meth.
Wow.
22 pounds. Passenger at Orlando International Airport who attempted to board a plane with 22 pounds of crystal meth, $900 in cash, claimed the drugs weren't his. According to the Orlando Police Department, police said a Transportation Security Administration agent spotted passenger Eli Brown at gate 35 around 8 a.m. on January 22nd, stopping him for a random bag check before he could board his flight to Louisville, Kentucky. Inside the backpack, police agents said they found 22 vacuum-sealed bags wrapped in white clothing that each contained 1 pound of meth and $900 in cash. Brown claimed the bag wasn't him and that he fell asleep at the gate after flying from Los Angeles, and when he woke up, the bag was next to him, and he assumed it was his since he arrived with an identical bag.
To quote Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. Right.
How about no?
He's probably thinking, how are they going to prove it? They're going to look at the cameras, dumbass.
Yeah. Drugs are bad. Okay. A Florida man. this kind of comes close to competing today. I think our Florida man's a little vanilla today, but this Florida attorney has been disbarred. What would a Florida attorney be disbarred for? It's Florida. Oh, he was making porn in jail.
Making porn in jail?
Yes, sir. Florida attorney has been disbarred for making porn film in a jail. Andrew Spark used his license to access private rooms, state Supreme Court says. Tampa, Florida, a Florida lawyer has been disbarred for using his attorney privileges to visit women in jail and record sexual encounters with them for pornographic films. The state's highest court last week disbarred Tampa attorney Andrew Spark retroactively. According to a Florida Supreme Court notice, Spark abused his privilege to practice law. He used his law license to access private rooms provided to attorneys at 2 jails in order to solicit prostitution and record the encounters for pornographic films.
Solicit prostitution. So this dude's just like, okay. He's like, he's
as desperate as the woman with the fire hydrant, but he had actual means of getting something.
he's like, he's like, you know, freaking, I have an idea. I know how I can get laid and make some money off of it. So he's like, hey, you know, we can get this private room if you want to get some. And then
I want to get some.
Yeah. The only thing you need is a casting couch at that point, but yeah.
Sparks.
No,
I was going to say,
couch would have been too obvious. Never mind.
if he actually uploaded the videos, that's retarded.
Doesn't that make it a federal crime at that point, or no?
I don't know. Probably.
Spark has been on probation after pleading guilty to charges of bringing contraband into county detention facilities. He already has finished a concurrent 1-year probation for misdemeanor solicitation of prostitution, according to the Miami Herald.
Got a thing for hookers. All right.
Now, we know Valentine's Day is coming around the corner, right?
Yeah.
Well, this Orlando law office is giving away free divorces on Valentine's Day.
Wow, that's not cynical, is it?
Valentine's Day might be looking a little different for your marriage this year, and that's okay because this Orlando law office wants to help make the process a little easier with this unusual contest. The law office of Aaron Morse is giving one soon-to-be former couple a free divorce. We at Law Office of Aaron Morse understand that 2020 has negative impact on everyone's lives. The coronavirus took jobs, social interactions, homes, and for some, life itself. As our world slowly continues to rebuild, the Law Office of Aaron Morse would like to offer some help. The contest terms and conditions provided by the Law Office are as follows. Both the petitioner and respondent, husband and wife, must agree to an uncontested dissolution of the marriage. Parties must be a current resident of Florida. All property, division, assets, child custody, and child support issues must be agreed on by both parties prior to acceptance of the prize. To enter, participants will need to submit a written story or video of why they and their spouse need to get a divorce. Submissions must be submitted to the email no later than Friday, February 12th. Winners will be announced on Legal Morse of Action podcast live Thursday, February 18th at 6 p.m. Winners must comment during the podcast to claim their prize. All stories will be kept confidential. All submissions include up-to-date contact information, including addresses, telephones, and emails. No purchase necessary. 1 entry per couple. Law Office of Aaron Morse will cover attorney fees. Any third-party fees must be covered by the winners. Valentine's Day is meant to spend time in celebration with your loved one and that's someone special in your life, but for some, this celebration is not possible. To enter the contest, entries must be submitted by email to patricio@mores.tacfirm.com. using the subject line Valentine's Day by Friday, February 12th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
1 entry per couple. That's hilarious.
So
you're welcome.
So I'm not sure the location of the Super Bowl, April, but yes, the Super Bowl is currently being played. But she's asking if the Super Bowl's in Florida.
Yeah, it is. It's in Tampa.
Now,
right.
We talked about California being baby soft and shit. Well, this police officer is very weak. A Longwood officer is fired for mocking, hugging, and taunting coworker despite her COVID fears. David Hernandez fired following the following internal investigation. Central Florida police officer has been fired following a coworker's complaint that he mocked her concerns about the coronavirus, hugged her against her wishes, and misled investigators who probed the allegations against him. An internal investigation by the Longwood Police Department found Corporal David Hernandez was not fully forthcoming and not truthful when questioned about the interaction in July with the woman. A co-worker told you not to touch her and physically backed away from you and crossed her arms. Police Chief David Dowda wrote in the review of the case, which the newspaper obtained through a public records request. This was more than sufficient indication for you to know to stop trying to embrace her. However, you ignored her comments and moments later embraced her. The woman said she made it clear that she feared contracting COVID-19. Hernandez ignored her and followed her into her workspace. There, he kept taunting her with comments about her being afraid of contracting COVID-19 while sitting at her desk and touching items at her desk. Hernandez, an officer with the department since 2005, only left when the woman went to her supervisor, the report said. The woman said she cut her finger and hurt her back while pushing Hernandez away. 2 witnesses corroborated the allegations against Hernandez. He denied hugging her, the report states. The chief determined that Hernandez violated agency policies on safety practices, employee harassment, and conduct. Dowda also said Hernandez's conduct met the elements of the crime of battery, but the woman told investigators she did not want to pursue criminal investigation. I can understand pushing for punishing him for trying to hug her, but I'm so afraid of the coronavirus. It's a 99% survival rate.
Yeah.
Lordy, Lordy, hallelujah.
Hmm.
Now, this next article, when I saw the headline, I was like, oh, God, it's another hamster and a pooper. Yeah. No, this Florida man is accused of decapitating a hamster and discarding the body in a box near his home.
Yeah.
Why a hamster?
Why is he being charged for this?
What? I don't even. I have questions I don't want answered.
A Florida man is accused of decapitating a hamster and leaving its body in a box near the road he lives on, not long after he purchased it from a pet store. Deputies said a woman who lives in the area was walking along 27th Avenue on January 5th when she noticed a small pet store box discarded along the road and found the dead hamster inside. She said she's found 5 other boxes within the past year that also contain sadistically mutilated small animals. Inside the box, yes.
I guess I can understand. Yeah, technically it could be animal cruelty, but people buy these animals so they can specifically feed them to like snakes and stuff too. So I'm like,
Deputies said they found the bloody wipe inside the box. They found bloody wipes, empty scissors package, a fingernail package, and a receipt from a local pet store for the purchase of a short-haired hamster for $15. That was dated January 4th and listed a fake name and address. Employees at the store were able to provide surveillance images of the purchase, which showed 21-year-old Christian Lee Hunter buying the pet. Deputies said they consulted with investigators in nearby Lee County who said Hunter was involved in a similar case in May of 2020 after a hamster was found ripped into quarters in a small critter box outside of a pet store. At that time, Hunter claimed that his dog mutilated the hamster. A search warrant was granted and Hunter was arrested after deputies visited his home on 27th Avenue, about 500 feet where the animal was found. Deputies said he admitted to buying the hamster and providing a false name on the sales record. Animal cruelty can never be justified, Collier County Sheriff Kevin Rambosk said. We are hopeful that we have addressed the situation, can connect this individual with mental health services. Oh, he needs them, boo-boo.
Yeah, it does sound like he's going a little above and beyond with the mutilation of the animals.
Yeah, that dude's got issues. Yeah.
I still want to stay. Why hamsters?
Yeah.
I remember there's one time in San Diego when I was stationed there. Did you know Petco, it's either Petco or PetSmart, one of the two, they actually have a return policy on their animals, like, you know, hamsters and stuff like that. If they die within a certain amount of time of buying them, you can return them to the store for a new animal. Well, I bought a hamster and it had died, so I was going to take it in to return it. And I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I'm walking into the store with my hamster, dead hamster, in a Ziploc bag. And this little girl comes skipping out the store, and she sees me with my dead hamster in a bag, and she stops and she goes, "Daddy, is that hamster dead?"
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
You have scarred a child for life.
Good job, Athen. Good freaking job.
No, sweetheart, he's just taking a nap. So anytime I want my hamster to take a nap, I got to put him in a Ziploc bag? That's weird. Do I need to suck all the air out, too, and feel it?
Nope.
That's it. Terrell Gill says, 3 names and animal mutilation. This guy totally isn't going to become a serial killer.
Oh, my God.
Again, I was worried he was doing stuff with that hamster beforehand, like sending a tube. Woo! Yeah, that case again. There's some weird people in Florida, man. Speaking of weird, this Florida man had a Florida tattoo on his forehead and was arrested for misusing 911 and cursing the dispatcher.
Saw this one. That was hilarious.
Newport Richey, Florida. Florida man left no doubt where he was from. A 22-year-old man from Hudson who sports a state of Florida tattoo on his forehead is accused of misusing 911. Authorities said this has got to be the thing for every. If you live in Florida, we gonna get a stamp and right in the forehead, boop, right here. That's what. That way we know why you're so screwed up when you come to the other states. Like, oh, he's from Florida. How do you know? Look at his forehead. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Why?
What?
Matthew Kyle. No, I'm gonna ignore that one.
No.
Matthew Kyle Leatham, 22 of Newport Richey, was charged with misuse of the 911 system and possession of marijuana, not more than 20 grams, according to the Pasco County online booking records. He was released after posting a $300 bail, according to online records. According to the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, Leatham was unable to get a ride Sunday night and called 911. Leatham allegedly cursed at 911 dispatcher, who gave him the non-emergency phone number for future reference. The officer who arrested Leatham said in his arrest report that he offered to call a taxi, but Leatham said he did not have the money and began walking. Leatham then called 911 a second time to ask for a ride, according to a criminal complaint. The officer then arrested Leatham, who was found to have marijuana in his possession. Why does everybody think 911 is a free taxi ride if you can't find another way out?
I haven't figured that one out.
And he called the 911 to try to get a ride.
They came and investigated him. The officer came and asked him what's going on, offered to call him a taxi. He denied the taxi because he didn't have money. So he started to walk. At that point in time, this dude called 911 again, asking for a ride, and was then arrested for abusing the emergency line.
And he had marijuana on him.
And he had marijuana.
Which, I mean, so it is enough for personal usage. So 20 grams would be about 3/4 of an ounce, a little less than 3/4 of an ounce. So, like, it said that he had less than that, so I'm guessing he probably had maybe a quarter or a half. And that's a fair amount for, like, personal use, but, like, in the grand scheme of things, that's not that much. So.
But he literally had a walking, I'm a screw-up right here.
That's probably the reason the cop decided to investigate him.
Yeah, like, why are you so proud of that? Honestly, if you end up on a Florida man story, your first goal after you are released, even in prison, you get a Florida tattoo right here.
Why can't we send these people to California? I mean, Florida's a beautiful state, well, except for the swamps, but yeah. They should be in California. I mean, it just
California's already got theirs.
Yeah, and they keep sending them over here.
We don't want them spread out. We want them consolidated. We want the retardation contained in one spot.
Good luck.
Yeah.
They breed like rabbits. Although that's my last story for the day, so we're gonna.
What?
Yeah.
Retards get to breed like rabbits, but smart people have to. Yeah,
I got one thing we can do: the best Valentine's Day food gifts for guys. So any of y'all ladies out there looking for something to get your dude for Valentine's Day, here's a good list of food stuff that we might like. So we'll give our opinions on these items.
Steak, baked potatoes, and bacon.
Let me go ahead and share screen on this one so we can all see it.
I'm telling you, that's it right there. A steak, a baked potato with some bacon.
All right. So let's see. You can't go wrong with a bouquet of cured meats.
Oh.
So, let's see. Dave Watsky, February 5th, 2020. Okay, so they're getting right to the point. So it's going to be a Bacon's Japanese barbecue sauce, $14 at Bacon's. A bouquet of exotic meats, $80 at Man Crates. Jesus. A heart-shaped steak, little bells, whatever that is. This is cute. So at $89 at Lovell's. Cooking class from Chef and the Dish. Okay, that doesn't have a price. And Baz Valentine's Day bagels, a dozen rose-colored bagels. How's that a dude's one though? $79 at Gold Belly.
I'm gonna tell you one more time: steak, a baked potato, and bacon. If you really want to spice it up, lobster.
There you go.
So we got a Wagyu steak flight, the best
at
beef.
$280.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes. Pastrami Queen sandwich kit for $89 at Gold Belly, and a monthly beer drop, $40 at Beer Drop. I might have to look into that one. All right. So this Japanese barbecue sauce down here, and umami bomb, he'll put on anything. That actually, I might have to go for that because I love me some Japanese barbecue sauce. So it's probably going to be similar to like a hoisin. This is the barbecue sauce to snag on Valentine's Day. The exact recipe is a carefully guarded family secret, but we can tell you it's made from a pitch-perfect combination of mirin, ginger, garlic, and green onion. It also comes in a cool bottle, and I personally can't stop putting on it. Yeah, it sounds like a hoisin.
My question is, every Valentine's Day, the guy is always expected to buy gifts.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, any real holiday to women, the guy is expected to buy gifts. So her birthday month, she wants nice, fancy things all month long. Valentine's Day, she wants shit. Christmas, she wants expensive, like really expensive jewelry. Like you expect us to spend thousands of dollars a year on you, but when it comes time to treat us right, all we get is like a blowjob. So we get what 1, 2 a year, but we had to go and spend thousands of dollars for this.
Oh yeah.
What is with that double standard? Like I have to go buy you $150 bracelet the week before your birthday, and then on your birthday, I got to get you a $600 necklace plus another $200 in earrings. And Christmas, I got to spend $900 on something. I got to buy $120 lingerie for you to wear that I'm probably going to rip off of you.
I hate to say
this double standard bullcrap needs to stop. If you want nice things, you need to get us nice things. If you treat us with oral, we're going to treat you with oral. Then we need to make a stand. Equal rights for everybody. Y'all wanted equal rights for women. Y'all had it. Y'all kept pushing it. Y'all don't want to deal with the draft. Y'all don't want to buy us nice shit for our birthdays. You just want to deal with it real quick. Well, all right, there you go. Happy birthday. So we get like 2 a year. Screw that. From now on, you want nice stuff? I want nice stuff.
So this one sounds like it's pretty awesome. The Grand Bouquet of Cured Meats is good for a chuckle, but there's some seriously tasty stuff in here too. In place of the traditional red roses, you'll find 8 ounces of sopressata, calabrese, and chorizo salami, as well as 4 unusual jerky sticks such as buffalo and whiskey maple or venison root beer and habanero. It's all stuffed into a Pilsner glass so you can sip on some cold beer while sampling the arrangement of salty meats. That sounds pretty awesome.
April, if it's anything like the Super Bowl was last year, if it's in Florida, yeah, there'll be plenty of Florida man stories.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking a heart-shaped ribeye from Lobel's is $89. That's freaking ridiculous. Let's see, the Baz Valentine's bagel. I mean, I like bagels, but I don't know if I want a pink one. Obviously Wagyu. So if he's serious about a steak, this is going to have your guy doing flips and probably breaking out the grill even in the frigid February. Though some quality cast iron will work just as well. Wagyu is about as good as beef gets, and the uber rich taste profile means a little goes a long way. This date night flight includes 2 16-ounce Akaushi American Wagyu. Oh, it's American Wagyu. New York strips and 2 8-ounce Wagyu fillets and 2 Tahima half-pound Wagyu burgers. Ooh, that's actually a
lot of Wagyu.
Yep. So, I mean, it's American Wagyu, though, so but, I mean, and I'm really not a fan of New York strips, personally, but the Wagyu fillets, I would freaking destroy.
I'm telling you right now, you can do my Valentine's Day for about $50. Go to Kroger, get me a $20 steak, so it's going to be about 2 pounds, maybe 1.5 pounds. Go get me some bacon, about $5. If you want to really spice it up, lobster, it's going to add another $20. We're at $45 right now. And a baked potato, which is like $3. $48 plus tax should put you about $50, $52. Boom. And I am happy.
This pastrami sandwich kit for 4, I'm at a loss here. It's $89 for the kit. It comes with some pastrami, some 4 pickles, little gherkin pickles, some mustard, and bread for 4 sandwiches. Like,
and you have to put it together.
Yeah, and you have to put it together, and it's $89.
$89 for $89.
Yep, $89. You too can build your own sandwich
for $89 damn dollars.
I'm like, I like a pastrami sandwich, sure.
But I love me a good Reuben sandwich. Oh, hey, Lordy, give me a good Reuben sandwich.
Hey, you ever come down to visit me? I got an Amish delicatessen. Their Reuben sandwiches. I always get the double meat, so you have Amish Reubens are amazeballs.
You know, I have to just send me one because the only places I found I can get a Reuben sandwich here are Cracker Barrel and Arby's.
Oh,
that's it.
Forgive me. I'm going to say. No, I'm not going to say it. I want to say it, but I'm not going to say it.
But we are opening up the questions right now. If you have any questions, we got 20 minutes. I want to start trying to open this up to people every week. Allow y'all to ask us questions on anything, no limitations, whatever. If you want a story, we'll tell it, something like that. But we're trying to have y'all interact more with us. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask them. But yeah, I would love I want a good beef, like a good, big, beefy Reuben sandwich, extra kraut, extra Thousand Island Ranch.
Hey, I'll send you a picture of the one I eat every week. And yeah, you're welcome. That's all I'm going to say.
Because the ones you get at Cracker Barrel and the ones you get at Arby's are yay big.
No,
they're a sandwich. Like, no, I want to feel full. I don't want to get 4 or 5 of these things. I want one of these, and I want to go and do a food coma when I'm done. Because if you look at, like, what is it, the Boston ones, the real Reuben restaurants that make them, they're
mine are easily about that big, about that thick. Yeah. And I always get the double meat option, and it's Amish, so it's like really damn good. That yeah.
Valentine's Day. I haven't gotten I've gotten one Valentine's Day present from somebody, and I actually had to ask for it. And I was like, "Hey, I've never gotten anything. Can you give me something?" And she got me a stuffed animal. So I hate Valentine's Day with passion.
You know, before I had a talk with my friend, I never really hated Christmas, but I've always referred to Valentine's Day as Bah Humbug Bite Me Day. But now it's just a regular day to just do whatever, and I don't even just part.
It's not even a recognized federal holiday, so you still have to go to work. So it's a waste of a day.
Mm-hmm.
It was invented to make people money.
Yeah, that's it. So
it gets the man laid, so it's he'll that's why he tolerates it, because there's sex involved. There. No, okay.
I'm more fond of March 14th, National Pie Day.
Yeah,
you get some good pies on that day.
Yeah, you do. And then like March 15th is Steak and Blowjob Day.
There you go.
That's a holiday. Why isn't that one federally acknowledged?
Mm-hmm.
No questions? Nothing? We got nothing? Anybody? Bueller? Come on now.
Okay, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Valentine's Day is proof positive that sometimes the only difference between a relationship and a hooker is the payment plan. I said it.
Yeah. Gifts versus money. And you notice the men are trash posts women put on Valentine's Day and Christmas are
gone.
Right. Yeah. Ladies, you've got some splaining to do.
A lot of splaining to do. A whole lot of splaining to do.
But yeah, any questions? We got 8 viewers. Now, one of you bastards has got a question for anybody here. There is no such thing as a stupid question unless it's coming out of a liberal's mouth.
Hallelujah.
Which I'm not supposed to be bringing politics up for some of these channels that I've shared to, but that's funny. Fuck you. And I'm trying to watch the F-bomb. Damn it. I've let 3 go today. I've gotten better on that, by the way. I've gotten a lot better. It used to just fly. Why is it that I can only give gifts one day? Why is it that I can only give gifts one day? What?
On one day.
On one day. There you go.
You don't. They want you to give gifts on one day so they can mark everything up and make money out of it. Plus, the odds of you going out and buying something shiny is greater on that one day. There is no need for anybody to give a gift. You could, hey man, thanks for being my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I can promise you, if you do that shit to anybody, like especially me, if you just show up one day and like, hey man, I know you've been having it rough. Here's a gift. Thanks for being my friend. I'm probably gonna cry. Like that shit means more getting something randomly, heartfelt, saying thank you for being my friend. I read a story the other day. This dude was the exiled coworker, right? They didn't really deal with him. Nobody really wanted to talk with him. This new hire came up and started trying to really interact with this guy, trying to be his friend, have somewhat of a relationship with them, not an intimate one, but a friend-based relationship. This dude came in crying, gave this, I think it was a woman, a card, and all it said was, "Thank you for treating me like a human."
Mm-hmm.
I can the small little. There is no reason. You need no reasoning to give a gift ever. Hell, when I first met Carl Albertson, he had this crappy mic and he was helping me out with the show. I was like, "Hey, I got this extra mic. You want it?" And I sent it right over.
Hey, we got something. I want you guys, April Miller. I want you guys to give out a list of great American-made vet supporting companies because I'm done with the nonsense. Putting down the little man.
That's gonna be hard.
Well, I mean, we'll make that up. Can you give us till next week?
You'll have to give us to next week to do that one.
Give
April.
us till next week. I mean, do you want to start out with like freaking coffee, Black Rifle?
Mm-hmm.
Black Rifle.
Don't start talking about them now. They're not sponsoring us.
Okay.
We have to do this one free. We're not giving anybody free advertisement yet.
That's part of the whole bunker branding thing, Matt Carricker and all that we were talking about earlier. Black Rifle Coffee is also.
So we'll get you a list of people that are providing. I've honestly tried to look for a few, like what products are you looking for? What kind of things are you interested in? Because I've tried to have a few American-made oil companies, beard oil products, try and sponsor me, and none of them have responded. So what are you trying to buy in particular that you're trying to find American made? Or are you just looking for a general kind of everything? Because as far as American made, it's going to be hard. And yeah, I would love to find a sponsorship. I would absolutely love to find anybody that's willing to sponsor me, as long as they agree with our ideologies. They don't try and change us too much. We are trying to watch the F-bomb to get that, but
there's all that part, and honestly, most companies for sponsorships want you to have a little bit higher reach than what we've got. So.
Which is very difficult with Facebook targeting us and trying to shadow ban us every single week. Because you noticed our viewers are only at 8 right now. Typically, we sit about 20 for most of the show. We have not gone above 8. Our comments are also very quiet. Huh?
It's also the Super Bowl today.
That's probably a little bit of the problem.
So, like, the Super Bowl's literally been going on for at least half the show. So,
yeah, that would also cause some problems. But yeah, if you want, and if you have anybody you think would like to sponsor us, don't feel bad if you reach out for them on our behalf. Any kind of help helps, especially with me trying to get the ranch up and going.
Well, okay, you need to check out Gab TV. Have you looked at Gab?
I have not looked at Gab. I haven't heard anything good about it.
I think we need to check out Gab, MeWe, and Rumble. I think those are the 3.
MeWe is kind of difficult to use. I have it. I'm not a fan of it.
Okay.
But yeah, we do need to try and find other platforms to be on. Any other questions? We got about 10 more minutes. other than what American-made products are out there.
Ooh, carbon. Okay. There would be one question I would have. I've been I kind of touched on it. Interview I did with my doctor. I'm just gonna throw it out there and just see what happens. That's just my thing at this point. I talked to my doctor. You know how the inventor of the internet, wants to just make another one like Bender, screw you. I'm gonna have my internet over here with hookers, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I know.
I talked to my doctor. I actually interviewed on my second show, on my second episode, and we were talking about establishing our own network of alternative medicine doctors, like the one I got, like establishing a network to where the VA would just be like, and we just go to the VA and say, he's in the network, just sign the damn check. It's like care where they actually would pay it on time, so you haven't got bill collectors coming back after you. Because I've got 2 bill collectors still from the New Jersey incident in July of 2019. They're coming back after me again after the after the VA said they paid him, because I literally went into my social worker's office. We sat down with these people and explained everything and got everything done. And I got 2 bill collectors after me again. So that's something I'm throwing out there to see who would want to, like, we get somebody like some kind of big name veteran group to help us start establishing that, because I already talked to one of Warrior Project and they wouldn't touch that with a 10,000 volt cattle prod. But yeah.
That's more medical side. I can't really answer anything there.
Well, I'm just throwing it out there just to see what happens.
Created their own servers, now they own everything, cannot be shut down.
Ooh, okay, let's go check out Gab.
All right, I'll check out Gab. Fine. But any other questions? Going once. Going twice. Don't make us shut down early again. We shut down early last week. Come on. One more question. We got time for probably 1, maybe 2 more questions.
Give them a minute. They're typing.
Yeah, no. The plus we have a latency of about 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Gunny's so happy his cone's off. Oh, he's so happy he doesn't have to wear that cone anymore. Oh, and he wants to come and say hi.
Hey, Gunny. You needy bastards.
Very. Okay. Come on. Come say hello. Come say hello. All right. Well, nobody's got any questions, so I guess that's it. Gave him a minute.
All right. So
if they type something while we're doing the outro, we'll answer it real quick. Jesus. Oh, Lord, Danny. Calm down. Calm down. Thank you. Again, thank you everybody that came and joined us on this lovely Sunday afternoon. Be sure to check out tomorrow the Second Amendment Ranch. How was it? It's 1700 somewhere started. Athen, this is for you, because you actually had 1700 before I came on board.
Oh yes, I've had 1700 somewhere going for 6 or 7 years now. It started. I was actually on YouTube doing beer reviews and stuff like that, beer reviews, and just talking about stuff like that in general. And then I started doing live video on Facebook with a couple of my buddies, with Desiree and then one of my buddies. And then it moved into, while we did that for a little while, then I got contacted by VRS and asked to start doing radio with them. So we went on Spreaker and I did a radio show on Spreaker, playing music and all that stuff. And then we moved on to Facebook video with VRS, and I got my buddy Josh and my other buddy from ATF, Don, to be on the show with me. And then it kind of just came about where Josh and Don weren't able to be on the show anymore because of scheduling. So then ended up getting Cameron at that time.
Well,
And
at that point in time, you were doing gaming. I remember that night. You were playing Rocket League with 3 of your buddy or 2 of your buddies, and I was talking a whole bunch of shit at y'all. And you said, "Oh, come on!" I jumped on, started playing, and then you brought me into it's 1700 somewhere. And at that point in time, we didn't really have a niche. We didn't know what we were really going to discuss. So we kind of talked about everything under the sun. We talked, a couple funny stories here and there. We had some politics. We talked video games a lot. And I started noticing where we had our better views. At that point in time, we shifted to more funny stories. So we would start the show with a bunch of funny stories. And at the end, we'd kind of get political and then gamings and science and those aspects. And we noticed we were losing a lot of viewership at that point in time. So we basically cut everything else out and focused on doing these stories for y'all that you really seem to love. And now Athen has the ill-trained fighters where they do a lot of the gaming on.
Yep, that's the gaming, tech, science, that kind of stuff. We talk about TVs, movie, all the nerd stuff. So yeah.
So if I guarantee Woe Entertainment has something for everybody. We've got the Second Amendment Ranch. We have 1700 somewhere. We've got Trained Fighters. We have Richie and Justin show. We have Hotboxing with Matt, Mickey's show, Niko's show, which covers pretty much anything, anywhere. So whatever you're into, I guarantee it's on Woe.
Then there's Jennifer's show, which is another gaming channel. She's going to probably focus more on gaming and live streaming than like ATF. We're nerd culture, so we're going to talk about pretty much anything that encompasses that whole nerd type thing. And we may actually even game every now and then. So
I will be gaming later tonight playing zombies.
I'm going to be on. I was going to talk to you after the broadcast, but I want to talk to you about getting back into Atlas.
I need to get a new TV so I can game all together because that tube TV is just crapping out on me. So
yeah, but that was a good question. We haven't. I don't think we've ever actually been asked that before. Thanks, Carl. Yeah, it's he started a long time ago, and I talked some shit. And they brought me in, and he brought me in to do some shows, and we pissed off one of his buddies because Athen was giving me more attention.
That was Josh.
yeah, I haven't talked to Josh in a hot minute, man. Every time we try and talk, it's just a shit show.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while either.
Probably for the best. He's a decent guy, but he is a drunk.
So,
but any other questions? We're gonna do our outro. If you can get it in time, we'll answer it like we did with this one. So you got a couple more minutes to try and answer or ask your questions. Again, we're going to try and do this more often now, so come to the show with questions to ask at the end. We want more interaction with our viewers. You're what makes this show worth it.
We also want more reaction from the viewers.
Yeah. But as always, we appreciate you joining us on these Sunday afternoons. I know the Super Bowl's going on today, so you're back and forth between it. We appreciate those of you who have chosen to watch us. We appreciate that. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday, same time, same place. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time with Mr. Carl Albertson discussing more about the Second Amendment. We're kind of taking a little bit of a break from the 50 states right now to talk about shit that's going on that you need to know about. But we will. There's always something going on in that show, and I love seeing the interaction. But other than that, I don't have anything else to add. Athen, Mickey?
Just got to mention, go ahead, head on over to WO Entertainment. Check out the information about Last Comic Standing. That'll be coming up rather soon. It's being ran by Redneck Pimp. And there's a winner takes all, and it's a, what was it, a $50
entry. You get half the pot for winning, and you get a trophy.
Yep. And then also check out information for Warrior Fest coming up later on this year. Just go like WO Entertainment for updated info on Warrior Fest. And go ahead and check us out at 1700 Somewhere on Facebook, and then it's 1700 Somewhere or Ill Trained Fighters on any other social media network. Heck, check me out, Athen Daily on Facebook. That's all I've got.
Here's what I'll say. On my interview I did with Pimp, we had a talk, and we got to talking about diabetes and the issues, and about my doctor and all that. And I'm probably about 260 now after I ate that crap I shouldn't have been eating. I have to be down to 225 by Warrior Fest. So all my shows are going to be letting veterans rant about the VA, cooking, and I'm going to do some workout videos, not to like teach you like I know anything, but you're going to watch me either break
bust your ass.
Oh, once you see the sled pulls and the deadlifts, you're gonna.
Oh, I hate sled pulls.
No, pushes, because they've got a rogue sled, and I can pile that damn thing up to 800 pounds. And
I know I've played with one. They suck.
You're gonna watch me. If anything, the entertainment value, you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna start a pool like he's gonna break his back, he's gonna give himself a hernia, he's gonna destroy some joint or tendon somewhere in his body. If anything, you get to watch me suffer, and yeah, it'll be that the entertainment value of watching me suffer. Enjoy. You're welcome. There you go. And eventually, I'll have a book published, and I'll show you guys how I cook, and I'll show you guys how I write, and you'll learn all kinds of semi-useful, insane stuff. There you go.
All right. As always, I'm Cameron.
I'm Athen.
Mickey, the Harambe Keeper.
And it's 1700 Somewhere.